Why are you all so obsessed about Cheyenne Bryant? I'm beginning to think that this is a bot thing. Why are you so obsessed about this? Like, okay,
What the f*** going on with your forehead and your hair, your edges and stuff like that? What the f*** going on with that? Sheesh. She must be stressed out about something. And it's not about obsession. You know, it's more so about holding her accountable, right? And this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why people can't get that, right?
Step in the arena, let the fraud shit die. Either tell the truth or keep living the lie. Gladi don't fold, Gladi dissect stupid in the internet, watching every move you making. You don't gotta agree, but eventually you're gonna understand. Gladi versus the algorithm.
Welcome to another reaction video here on Gladi versus the algorithm. I am your host, Dr. Gladi. We're going to be talking to a lot of doctors today, or about a lot of doctors today. So, first of all, happy Memorial Day. Shout out to those that lost their lives fighting for our country. And shout out to those that are family of those that lost their lives fighting for our country. And, you know, they were brothers, they were sisters, they were mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, aunts, and uncles, and all that. So shout out to all of you. What Memorial Day reminds me of is Veterans Day, right? So Veterans Day are for those that are either active soldiers or soldiers that, you know, served our country in the military. And, you know, they get love on that day. Now imagine, right? You see my regalia? Nah. So imagine I come online and start saying that, hey, I was in the military and I've done this, I've done that, and I've educated myself on the jargon, the way they act, and, you know, certain things that they'll be able to say and other military people would understand, right? And Veterans Day comes around and I start to, you know, say, hey, you know, give me a shout out, or people start shouting me out because I said I am part of the military or was in the military, and now that I'm a veteran, I should get all the esteem and the love that veterans would get on that day. And I'm enjoying it, you know. And then the more I speak on it, the more people are able to poke holes in my story, right? And then people start to say, you know what? Where did you serve? What year? What platoon? You know, what documents do you have to support this? And I'm like, man, I found out that my documents were lost and I went to try to get them back and they only held them for 2 years. Imagine that. I don't know, but I think I would receive a lot of backlash for it, right? If I was able to get famous on it or put myself in a position where I'm making a lot of money, you know, people that were actually in the military would be pissed. And rightfully so, right? People that believed me would be pissed, and rightfully so. And this is why people are pissed at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, minus the doctor part, right? She was able to get very famous, one, to get into a space where she's making a lot of money, two, invited to certain events that most people wouldn't be invited to. 3, she has a book that's out. It's not doing as well as it started doing before all of these allegations came out. It's crazy. It reminds me of something, though. Do you guys remember this?
He was known as the fake doctor when he posed as a real one, got in trouble when he treated patients, and stole from them. Malachi Love Robinson is now 23 and is once again accused of stealing thousands, this time from a shipping company in Delray Beach. WPTV's Dave Bowman has our story.
Malachi Love Robinson had a medical office in West Palm Beach in 2016. He had a webpage where he billed himself as Dr. Love. He treated patients.
I remember it's like it was yesterday.
And he was just 18 years old when his ruse was discovered. Love Robinson was found guilty of practicing medicine without a license and stealing $20,000 from a patient.
Malachi, can you tell us about this second arrest?
He served more than 1.5 years in state prison. In January 2020, according to the police, under the name Alex Robinson, he got a job with United States of Freight, a shipping brokerage based in Delray Beach. Delray police say he stole more than $10,000 from the company by diverting payments to the company into his own bank account. Malachi Love Robinson stays at his grandfather's home here in this West Palm Beach neighborhood. We tried to reach him today, but his grandfather said Malachi's not in, and the family will have nothing to say for now.
Yeah.
At his 2018 trial, his grandfather, William McKenzie, told WPTV Love Robinson was not trying to cheat anyone.
He was always trying to help people, help somebody. He just made some wrong choices.
According to the Delray Beach police report, Love Robinson continued to make wrong choices and now faces charges of grand theft and fraud. When suspected of stealing, the police report says Love Robinson texted his boss, he can't say how truly sorry he is. I don't want to go to jail. But the man who once went by the title Dr. Love faces another term in prison.
That's crazy, right? So I'm not saying that Mrs. Bryant is going to go to prison for what she's doing. She's probably not, right? Highly doubt it. But even this, right? To my ladies, right? You guys will probably understand this more than I do. The wax mommies, the ones that get waxed, right? The ones that like the bald, smooth cooter, right? Imagine, right? Would you go to someone that says, hey, I just know how to wax cooter, right? But they don't have their esthetician, however you pronounce it, the wax license, right? If they don't have that license, are you going to let them play around down there? It's a fair question, right? Now they're going to say, oh, that's physical. She's just talking, right? The problem with just talking while you're saying you're a doctor, while you're saying you're a therapist, right? People will buy into you, spend their money with you in hopes that you can help them get to the point where they're thinking correctly, to the point where they feel like you can help them cope with what's going on in their minds, right? So I already spoke about this an episode ago when I brought up the young lady that went to see her and she kind of didn't get the help that she needed. Mrs. Bryant, she doesn't care. She's living her best life. Right now, well, not right now, a couple of days ago, she posted this.
Holy word salad, bitch, stop capping. Talking about God, why the lies keep stacking. Fake ass doctorate, fake ass flex. Now the whole damn internet on you.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. She is pretty. She's bad. She looks great, right? She looks great, but she posts this and says, "Y'all still talking?" Hashtag Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, right? Now, the problem with this is it's not about you being gorgeous, right? That's not the thing that's in question. We know you look good. We know you're bad, right? We know this. You're older, but you look great. There are women that are half your age that can't look like this, right? So we get it, right? But people think that we're going to forget, right? It's going to be hard to forget because this is happening during your ascension, right? During your ascension. So you're on your way up. You're doing really well for yourself financially. You look great. So you're obviously in the gym or you're taking care of your body and you're very smart. No one's taking any of that away from you. But it's the part about being licensed. It's the part about having a doctorate. It's the part about not being able to find your dissertation. You can't get your transcripts. These are the things that people are talking about. So this will not confuse anyone but the simps and the women that are caping for you, right? I was watching this documentary called Nature Boy, right? But I was watching the YouTube version of it, which is way better than the Hulu version of it. And this is similar in the sense where people see this person, especially the guys. They see this person, they think she's beautiful, and they say, you know what? Let her hustle, right? The problem is she's hustling people that look just like us. She's hustling people that look just like us. I don't see a ton of white people reaching out to her for services, right? She's not on any white shows, or she's not talking about any white shows that she went on and did therapy while on camera for everyone to see. It's only black folk, right? And this is why black folk should be holding her accountable, not white people. She's not robbing white people. If she was robbing white people, I'm pretty sure somebody white would have stepped up. 100%. Right? So even in the comments here, people are still saying it. Shows anything but those degrees. Right? Look very closely. I think I actually see a degree. That's a simp, right? And of course she likes that. Multiple degrees. So she says, right? Then we have not talking, but still trying to find that dissertation. Right? Did she reply? Yep. Y'all so damn smart and licensed. Find the damn thing. Right? So she expects us to find it when she can't find it. The only reason she can't find it is because it probably doesn't exist. This is madness. There has to be some level of cognitive dissonance that's in her mind that is causing her to think that what she's doing is correct. That's causing her to think that she's gotten to the point where she's so famous and I would say rich, so rich that the truth doesn't even matter anymore. That's where she's at. That's what it seems like to me, right? She's at the point where she feels that she's untouchable. If this is not a very high level of narcissism, I don't know what is. Now, I'm only a fake doctor, right? So I can't diagnose her the same way she can't diagnose anyone, right? But I read the definition of narcissism, and she's exhibiting a lot of the shit. I mean, look it up and look at her behavior. I'm not bugging. I'm not wrong. Right? Walk him down. Body definitely T. But that degree, right? People are not going to forget, right? How does this help you prove your point? It doesn't. It's crazy. But like I said, she's beautiful, right? But if you let Dr. Umar Johnson tell it, women are jealous of her because of her looks.
Let me speak to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And yes, I'm going to call her doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I am. She says she is. That's enough for me. Now, let me state for the record, Art, I have a doctorate, a real one.
Now, he said, I'm going to call her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant because she says she is, right? Then he follows up with saying, I have a doctorate, a real one. Why did he have to say that if he believes that she's a real doctor? He's picking up for her while still throwing her under the bus, in my opinion.
Okay? I'm not saying nobody else don't. I'm saying what I got. I went to an American Psychological Association accredited doctoral training program. I am a doctor of psychology and clinical psychology. I will repeat. I am a doctor of psychology and clinical psychology. I am also a certified school psychologist. I also have 3 master's degrees in the field of psychology, clinical, school, and general. Now, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has exploded into social media space. Her career has really taken off since I first learned of her around the time of my last Nick Cannon interview approximately 2 years ago. I have followed her here and there. She is a stunningly beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she also claims to have her doctorate in psychology. She claims that she went to Argosy University. And I'm not doubting nothing she says because I have no reason to. The school closed down. She has some issues with the transcript, the degree, whatever the case may be. She has a book out now. It's a best-selling book, Art, and it's doing very well. She's being interviewed. She's been on Shannon Sharp. She's been on Nick Cannon. She's been on Cam Newton. She's been on Joe Budden, right?
Maybe she would have got it based on her looks alone and her smarts. Again, she is smart as a whip. She is brilliant, right? But that's not what she used to get to where she's at. She used the doctor in her title, right? The doctor in your title, that DR dot, right? That adds so much to your reputation. It can't be understated, right? We have to look at that.
A big name amongst the sisters. She goes on the Breakfast Club.
And fucks up royally.
And they ask her about her degrees, and she explains about what happened with the school. I don't know the details. I don't care. People start to roast her and attack her, claiming she's fraud. She then goes on Joe Budden. Shout out to them. I didn't see the interview, Art, but allegedly they say Joe Budden and them asked her some really good questions that left more unanswered than answered. For the past 2 weeks, Art, she has been the butt of everybody's internet joke. Here's what I'm going to say. And other doctors of psychology don't agree.
I wonder why they don't agree, Mr. Umar. Maybe they're using their common sense as well as the education that they've earned and understanding the process that it took to get said education, and understood that maybe they needed to get their transcript from somewhere because they wanted to go get another job or wanted to go to school somewhere else, and they were able to get it without a problem. Maybe that's the case, but let's hear you tell it.
Cheyenne Bryant having or not having a doctorate does nothing to my doctorate, Art. It does nothing to my career. It does nothing to my profession.
It doesn't.
I don't have a need to investigate her. I don't have a need to slander her, to belittle her, to malign her, to assault her. I don't have no need to do anything against that Black woman because she hasn't hurt anybody. She is a life.
I disagree with that, Mr. Umar. Why? Because a young lady came out and stated that, yes, she caused her to go into a deeper depression after seeing her. Didn't do any of the intake stuff. Didn't find out what she was going through mentally prior to having a conversation or having a session with her. So yes, she is hurting people. So that's false.
Coach, Art, and you don't have to be certified or have a doctorate or a license to be a life coach. She ain't misdiagnosed nobody. She ain't done no clinical work without a license. I haven't seen any wrongdoing from Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. So what do I think is going on here, Art? I believe that Black women, I'm going to call the kettle black. Some men too, but mostly Black women are attacking her out of jealousy. They are jealous of her looks. They are jealous of her life coaching career.
All right, this is what I call bullshit, right? Now, even within the post that I posted, right? I posted a post on my Instagram, a reel on my Instagram, I should say, sorry. And it got a lot of attention. It went semi-viral, right? And a lot of doctors were under that post saying, this is wrong, this is a lie. I was able to get my dissertation, it's public. I was able to get my transcripts, no problem. Some were even from Argosy University, and they were able to get their transcripts the day or 2 days before I even posted that. And some of those doctors were gorgeous. So it's not about the looks, right? And the other thing, now, what I will give them, I will give him that it might be jealousy due to her career and how she's doing well financially and in this space, right? I do get that, right? Because technically I would be jealous too, right? I would be jealous because I went to school for all of those years, got all of that training, got all of that knowledge. And this young lady, Miss Bryant, did not go to the schools, did not do the work, did not get all of that knowledge, right? She's just articulate, very articulate in speaking about life experiences, in regurgitating what she's seen online, what she's seen in whatever documentaries and what she's read. She's able to regurgitate that stuff really well, right? So that's where the jealousy would come in. I did all of the work. I'm not where she's at. She did none of the work, or maybe a little bit of the work, and she's way further than me, using the doctor in her name that is fabricated. That's where the jealousy comes from. Why wouldn't I be jealous if that was the case? If I went to school for years upon years, right, to get that doctor title, to get that PhD, and you didn't, and yet you're more successful within the field that I am in. I get that, but it's not a looks thing. Shut up about that.
They are jealous of her podcast success. They wish they were in her position. And because they are not, they are trying to destroy that woman. Period, point blank in the story. I've told you before, Art, that Black men have a problem with each other, right? We got an ego problem. I think Black women's problem with each other exceeds Black men's problem with each other. What they are doing to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is absolutely unacceptable, Art.
Yeah, get out of here with this. That is cap. And then we have this young lady coming in out of nowhere. I think she's jumping on this because she lacks a little bit of relevance at the moment. But let's go here.
Why are you all so obsessed about Cheyenne Bryant? I'm beginning to think that this is a bot thing. Why are you so obsessed about this? Like, okay,
What the fuck going on with your forehead and your hair, your edges and stuff like that? What the fuck going on with that? Sheesh. She must be stressed out about something. And it's not about obsession. You know, it's more so about holding her accountable. Right? And this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why people can't get that, right? Accountability will have tiers, right? You're obviously in the space of politics where you commentate on politicians and stuff like that. This is why you're so obsessed with Kamala Harris, right?
lied. I could see if she lied and like harmed people, but she was on my podcast and she was brilliant.
Right. So she said she could see if she was harming people. Right. I think you can harm people financially. Right. A lot of people are getting refunds for her book, from her book. Right. A lot of people are reaching out to get money back from services that they've purchased from Miss Bryant. Why? Because they're finding out that she's not licensed. Right. People work hard for their money. I don't care if they can afford it many times over. Paying for something, you expect to get that thing that you're paying for. If you're paying for a doctor to have a conversation with you, then a doctor should have a conversation with you. Not someone that's just a doctor based on a trademark, right? Dr. Dre is a doctor, trademark, right? People like that. Dr. J, same thing, right?
I think it's fucked up that she lied. You know, and then that's that. The need to, if y'all went this hard against like Kamala Harris for supporting a genocide, then like, what would, that would matter to me. Why?
And this matters to other people, right? Because it doesn't matter to you doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. Period. Right? because it doesn't matter to you doesn't mean it doesn't matter, right? Go focus on the things that matter to you then. This is what I don't understand. Like, people really come on these posts that are trying to hold Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I keep forgetting to do that part, holding her accountable, right? They come on these posts like, why you keep doing it? Why are you doing it? It's not hurting you. It's not hurting anyone. You know, it's not putting money in your pocket. It's not taking money out of your pockets. It's taking money out of people's pockets left and right. Everyone that's purchased the book, everyone that's purchased the service from her, is taking money out of their pockets. And it's going to potentially put money in my pockets because I'm talking about it and I'm posting it. I'm going to monetize it. Right? So just go look at other things. Go look at something else. Right? If you come in and say, hey, this could potentially be the issue. This is why she probably cannot find these documents. Like, if you come in with some substance instead of, oh, but, you know, if we had the same energy for something else, blah, 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 blah. You guys are the same people that would know that R. Kelly did what he did and still step in the name of love. You guys are the same people that would, you know, look at what Bill Cosby did and be like, you know, but, you know, he was such a good TV dad, you know, and not hold him accountable. You would look at what Diddy did and be like, well, you know, she stuck out for it. She stayed in for it. You know, she kept coming back. You know, yeah, he did what he did in the elevator bank, but, you know, it's fine. You know, it's Diddy, free Diddy. You know, like, you guys are crazy, man. Because these people are of our complexion means that we cannot hold them accountable, and it's ridiculous. And it's very sad to see that because people have a certain level of fame, cachet, or in Cheyenne's case, beauty, right? Because she has this level of beauty, she gets a pass. And she's only getting a pass from simps. She's only getting a pass from women that cape for her. Because guarantee, if Dr. Cheyenne Bryant had a family member of yours in her office and she gave them bad advice and that person ended up hurting themselves, you would look at it kind of different, I'm sure. It's because it's not as close to home as it is for other people. That's why you're able to say, it's all right. Simp ass people, man. Can women be simps too for women, even though they're not into women? Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the content, drop me a like. If you enjoy what I'm doing here, please come back. But the only way for you to come back and know that I'm dropping videos is if you subscribe, right? So please subscribe as well. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I'm Dr. Gladi. And we will have this conversation for a very long time.
God, why the lies keep stacking? Fake ass doctorate, fake ass flex. Now the whole damn internet on your neck. You sow dreams in a Gucci accent. Pretty face got the whole world distracted, but the truth hit hard when the mask start cracking. Now your whole damn brand look